Good evening, students. Yeah, this is your second paper class. Last week, Tuesday, we did one class. So in that class, we finished 15 questions, right? So today also we are going to do some questions. Not only the grade 6 questions, but also there are some O-level question also we are going to do today, right? So part 1 questions. So I hope we can do 20 questions in this time. So we can do it. So you have to answer each question. So I will give 20 to 30 seconds for each questions. So within that time, you can answer the questions, right? So we will move the first one. Here, first one, write the letter of the point which is on the circle. I think within 10 seconds, you can finish. Write the letter of the point which is on the circle. There are 3 points, A, B, and C. So you have to write the letter of the point which is on the circle, not the inner circle and outer circle. So you have to write the point which is on the circle. Right? This point A is in the circle. Here this point C is outside the circle. So we have to write the letter B. So B is the point B is on the circle, right? So this is the first one. Then we will move the second one. No need to write down the question. I will send this question in the WhatsApp group. So you can get it the questions later. So you just read the question and find the answer quickly, right? How many times greater the value represented by digit 4 than 2 in the number 65,423? Read the question carefully, then you can understand the question. After understanding the question, you can find the answer. How many times greater the value represented by digit 4 than 2 in the number 65,423? Yeah, within 10 or 15 seconds, you can find the answer for this question. So first you have to find the place value of each digit, then you can find the value of that digits. Then if you find the value, then you can find the answer for this question. Right, okay. Here, how many times greater the value represented by digit 4 than 2 in the number 65,423? Here there is a number 65,423. Right? First, we will find the place value of these digits. Here, the place value of 3 is 1s. Here, the place value of 2 is 10s. Here, the place value of 4 is hundreds. Here, thousands and 10,000s. These are the place value of each digit. So, then we have to find the value of this 4 and 2. Here the place value of this 2 is 10s. So there are 2 10s, then the value of 2 is 20. Right? Here the place value of this 2 is 10. Then we have to find the value of that 2. There are 2 10s in the place. So the value of 2 is 20. Here 4, the place value of 4 is hundreds. So there are 4 hundreds. Then the value of 4 is 400. Place value of 4 is hundreds. Then the value of 4 is 400. Right? So these are the value of 2 and 4. Now what is the question? How many times greater the value represented by 4 than 2 in the number 65,423? Here, this is the value of 2. This is the value of 4. Now we have to find how many times greater. So here, this is 20. This is 400. Then how many times? Then by dividing 400 by 20, we can find. Here in 20, there are 2 20s. Then 40. Balance 0. In 0, there is no 20. Then 0. Then 20 times 20 are 400. Here, read the question. How many times greater the value represented by digit 4? Then the value is 400 than 2. That is 20 in the number 65,423. Then 20 times greater. Because the value of 2 is 20. The value of 4 is 400. Then 20 times 2 is equal to 400. Then we can say that 20 times greater the value 4 than the value 2, right? Then question number 3. Evaluate 2,578 plus 365 plus 54 plus 7. Here you have to add these all 4 numbers. There are 4 numbers, 2,578 and 365 and 54 and 7. You all know how to add this one, right? 2,578 plus 365 plus 54 plus 7. I think within 10 to 15 seconds, you can find the answer for this question, right? Right, then we will find the answer for the question number 3. Here, we have to add these 8, 5, 4, and 7 because those digits are ones place, right? So 8 plus 5, 13. 13 plus 4, 17. 17 plus 7, 24. Right? Then balance 2. So we have to add that 2 with this 7. Here, 8 plus 5, 13. 13 plus 4, 17. 17 plus 17, 24. Balance 2. Now we have to put that 2 in the tens place. Then 2 plus 7, 9. 9 plus 6, 15. 15 plus 5, 20. Then balance 2. Now we have to put that 2 in the 100 place. Then 7. 7 plus 3, 10. Then 10. Then the balance 1. Then 1 plus 2, 3. We can check it again. Here 2,578 plus 365 plus 54 plus 5. So 8 plus 5, 13. 13 plus 4, 17. 17 plus 17, 24. Balance 2. 9 plus 6, 15. 15 plus 5, 20. Balance 2. Then 7 plus 3, 10. Balance 1. Then 2 plus 1, 3. Then the answer is 3,004. Then question number 4. 5,078,005. Write down this number in words. So you have to write down this number in digit form, right? Here they have given that number in words. So you have to write the number in digit form. 5,078,005. I think within 5 to 10 seconds, you can write the answer, right? 5,078,005. Right. Okay. Here in this number, the billion zone, billion period also there. Right? First, we have to check how many periods or how many zones are in that number. Here, that billion is there, 5 billion. If billion is there, then we can know, we can understand there are 4 zones or 4 periods. You all know unit, and thousand period, million and billion. Here in this number, the billion is there. So we know that there are 4 periods. In each period, we have to write 3 digits, right? Here 5 billion. So first we have to start with billion. So billion, million, thousand and unit. Here there are 4 zones. Here we are going to start with billion zone or billion period. 5 billion. So we have to write this in period billion 5. Right? Here we no need to put this 0 because we are starting with that 5, no? So if we write this 0, there is no value. So no need to write this, no need to write 2 zeros in this period, right? So 5 billion. There is no million. So in the million unit, we have to put 3 zeros. These 3 zeros has values. So we must write the zeros for in the million period. So 5 billion, 0 million, because there is no million. 78,000. In 1000 period, we have to write 3 digit, right? So 78 is 2-digit number. So we have to write 078. Don't write 78. So we have to write in each period or each zone 3 digits. Here 78,000. So in the 1000 period, we have to write 78. So 78 is 2-digit number. So we have to put the 0 also. So then 078. Then 5. In the unit period or unit zone, there is only 5. So we know that in each period, we have to write 3 digits. So here we can't write 5 only. So we have to write that 005. So then the number is 5 billion, 0 million, then 78,005. Then the number is 5 billion, 78,005. Right? 5 billion, 78,005. Then the question number 5. This is the O-level question. I already told you we are doing not only grade 6 question and also O-level questions. So we can do that question very easy for this, right? So if the price of 3 oranges is rupees 72, here they have given. The price of 3 oranges is rupees 72. Then what is the price of 1 orange in rupee? Here this question in 2010 O-level paper, right? So now they have given the price of 3 oranges, that is 72 rupees. So you have to find the price of 1 orange. I think within 8 to 10 seconds you can find. Because they have given the price of 3 oranges is 72 rupees. Now you have to find the price of 1 orange, right? Right. Here the price of 3 orange is rupees 72. So we have to find the price of 1 orange. So we have to divide this 72 by 3 because the price of 3 oranges is 72. If you want to find the price of 1 orange, then we have to divide this 72 by 3, right? So in 7, there are 2 3s, then 6, balance 1. Now we have to bring down this 2, then 12. In 12, there are 4 3s, then the remainder is 0. So what is the price of 1 orange? That is rupees 24. Don't forget to write the unit. When you are writing the answer, if we have to write the unit, then we must write the unit, right? Here, this is the price of 1 orange. So we have to write the units, that is rupees. So rupees 24 is the price of 1 orange. Then question number 6. The length of a side of a square is 5 units. What is its area in square units? Here, this is also 2010 O-level paper. The length of a side of a square is 5 units. They have given the length of a square is 5 units. Now you have to find what is its area in square units. So you have to find the area of that square in the unit of square units, right? So I think within 5 or 6 seconds, you can find the answer for this question. You are grade 6, right? So you can do it. Right. The length of a side of a square is 5 units. Right? Here I will draw a square. Right? You know that in the square, all the sides are equal. Right? This is the square. Here they have given the length of one side is 5 units. Here they didn't give the units or meter or centimeter or whatever it is. Here they are saying 5 units. So we can't write meter or centimeter. So we have to write 5 units. Right? This is then the length of one side is 5 units. Now what is its area in square units? Now we have to find the area of this square. So we know that in the square, all the sides are equal. If you want to find the area, then we have to multiply these two sides, or we can square the side, right? So here, this is also 5, right? If you want to find the area, then we have to multiply these two sides. Then 5 into 5, that is 25. So we have to put the unit as square units. Square units, right? Then the area of this square is 25 square units. Here they have given the length of a side is 5 units. Then we have to find the area of that square. Though in the square all the sides are equal, then when we are multiplying the length and breadth are equal. So we have to multiply 5 into 5, then 5 times 5 is equal to 25. Then 25 square units. Then question number 7. Mr. Ravi walks 3065 meters in every day. Right? Here someone asking the answer for this question. They are asking, sir, the area is 20. No, sir. That is not area. If perimeter is 20. Because if the side is 5 units, then if you want to find the perimeter, then there are 4 equal sides. No, then we have to multiply by 4. Then we can get 20. That 20 is the perimeter of this square. But the question is, we have to find the area, no? So we should multiply, right? If you want to find the area of rectangle, we have to multiply length by breadth. Here in the square, the length and breadth are equal. So that is why we are multiplying 5 times 5, that is 25. Then the area is 25 centimeter squared, right? Right. Here the length of one side is 5. Then the area is 25, right? Then 7th one. Mr. Ravi walks 3065 meters in every day. Right? Round off the above number to the nearest multiple of 10. You know that the rounding off. So you have to round off this 3065 to the nearest multiples of 10, right? So you can do it within 10 seconds. Here Ravi walks 3065 meters in every day. So we have to round that number, right? We have to round that 3065 to the nearest multiple of 10. Here this is 3065, right? So then what is rounding off? Then how to round off a number to the nearest multiple of 10? Here if there is a number 78, if you want to round this 78 to the nearest multiple of 10, we know that the multiples of 10, that 10, 20, 30, 40, those are the multiples of 10, right? Here 78. So first we have to find this 78 is between that 70 and 80, isn't it? Because these 70 and 80s are the multiples of 10. So if we want to round to this 78 to the nearest multiple of 10, we have to check whether this 78 is near to 70 or near to 80. Here we know that this 78 is near to 80. So if you round off this 78 to the nearest multiple of 10, then we have to write as 80. If it is 75, here 75 also between 70 and 85. This is middle. The difference between these two are same. But if it is 75, then we will write as this 80, right? We have to write this 75 as 80 when you are rounding to nearest multiple of 10. Here this is 3065, right? This is 3065. Now we have to know this 3065 is between this 3060 and 3070, isn't it? This 3065 is between the 3060 and 3070. Here this is 5, that is the middle. The difference are equal. But when we are rounding to nearest multiple of 10, if it is mid value of these two, so we have to write this as 3070. So if you round this 3065 to the nearest multiple of 10, then we have to write 3070, right? Then question number 8. Write all the integers between -3 or -3 and 6. Write all the integers between -3 and 6. So you have to write all the integers. The last week also we have learned what is integers, what is the positive integer, and also what is the negative integer. And those things last week we have learned, right? So now you have to write down. So we have to write down all the integers between -3 and 6, right? Write down the answer for this one. Here I am going to draw a number line. Then it will be very easy to find the answer. Without drawing the number line, you can find it, right? But I draw a number line. Yeah, this is that number line. Here we know that left side of that 0, we are marking the negative values, and right side of 0, we are marking the positive values. Here this is -3. Here this is 6. Now we have to write all the integers between -3 and 6. Right? So these are the integers. In the integers, we can write positive integer and also negative integers. Here, these are the positive integers. Here, these are positive integers because that is the positive values. Here, these are negative integers, right? But the question is, we have to write the integers, right? So we have to write positive and also negative. Then what are the integers we can write between the -3 and 6? -2 and -1. When we are writing negative values, we are putting the bracket, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because we can't get -3 and -6 because they are asking that we have to write all the integers between -3 and 6. So we can't take that -3 and 6. So we have to write these numbers, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are the integers between -3 and 6. Then question number 9. Express 1.2 kilogram in gram. This is also 2014 O-level questions, right? So you have already learned in grade 5 while you are doing that scholarship exam, you learn this one, that 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram, right? So now you have to express this 1.2 kilogram in gram. So I think you can find this answer within 5 to 10 seconds, because we have to multiply by 1000, no? Because 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram, no? So if you want to convert this kilogram into gram, then we have to multiply by 1000, right? So here 1.2, we know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. Here 1.2 kilogram. Here see that 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. Then if you want to convert 5 kilogram into gram, then we have to think 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram, then 5 kilogram. So we have to multiply 5000 by 5, then 5000 gram. If you want to find 8 kilogram into gram, so we have to multiply 8 by 1000 or 1000 by 8, then we will get 8000 gram. So like this, we have to find the answer for this, because here also we are going to convert this kilogram into gram. Here 1.2 kilogram, we have to multiply by 1000, right? Yes, some students already learned this, how to multiply a decimal number by a multiples of 10. That means 100, 10,000. Already we have learned in grade 6, right? But this is in grade 7 in the syllabus. But I think we have already finished this, how to multiply a decimal number by a multiples of 10. So, sorry, not the multiples of 10, powers of 10. That means 10, 100, 1000. These are the powers of 10, right? Here you have to do, how can we multiply this decimal by 1000? Here in 1000 there are 3 zeros, right? In 1000 there are 3 zeros. So when you are multiplying by 1000, we have to move this decimal point by 3-digit right side. Here this is the point is here. Now we have to move this decimal point by 3-digit right side. So this first one, here there is no digits. So we can put zeros because there is no value for these zeros, no? So already you have learned in grade 6. Here 1.2 we can write as 1.20, 1.200. We can put the zeros because no value for these zeros. So 1.2, we have to, when we are multiplying by 1000, we have to move this decimal point by 3 digits. So here I already move by 1 digit. Again, I am going to move by 1 digit. So I am going to move again by 1 digit. Now the point is here. Then 1200 is the answer. Right? So when if we want to convert this kilogram into gram, then we have to multiply by 1000. Here 1.2 multiply by 1000. Here when we are multiplying by the powers of 10, first we have to count the number of zeros. In 1000 there are 3 zeros. So we have to move this decimal point by 3 digits, right? So 1, 2, 3. So we can write as 1200. Now, then what is the answer? Here we have to give the answer in gram because we have to convert this kilogram into gram, no? Right? Then express 1.2 kilogram in gram. Then the answer is 1200 gram. Then question number 10. Express 215 seconds in minutes and seconds. Right? Express 215 seconds in minutes and seconds. Here there are 215 seconds. So we have to convert these seconds into minutes and seconds. Already we know that in 1 minute there are 60 seconds. Then we have to find in 215 how many 60s are there. Then if you found that how many 60s are there, then we can find, express that in minutes. Then the balance will be the seconds, right? So you can do it. So you have to express these 215 seconds in minutes and seconds, right? You know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So you have to find how many 60s are in 215, right? Then you can find how many minutes are there in 215 seconds. So, right. Okay, I will start to answer this. Then 215 seconds. Now we have to convert this 215 seconds in minutes and seconds. We know that 1 minute is equal to 16 seconds. So first we have to find in 215 seconds how many 60s are there. So 215 should divide by 60. Then how many 60s are there? Then 1 times 60, 60. 2 times 60, 120. 3 times 60, 180. 4 times 60, 240. So you can't put the 4. So we can put only 3. Then 3 times 60, that is 180. Now we have to subtract. Then 5, 11 minus 8, 3. Right? So 215 seconds. So we have to express these 215 seconds into minutes and seconds. Then there are 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Right? These are minutes, these are seconds. Because in 215 there are 3 60s. Because in 1 minute there are 60 seconds. So 60 seconds we can take as 1 minute. So first we have to find in 215 how many 60s are there. There are 3 60s. So 3 times 60, 180. Then the balance is 35. So we can convert this one as 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Now the question number 11. Find the value of 245 by 0. Now you are going to multiply a number by 0. You all know that. Right. So I think within 2 to 3 seconds, you can find the answer for this question. Find the value of 245 by 0. We know that when we are multiplying a number by 0, then we will get always 0, not 1. Here, some are sending the answer as 245. You have to think that when we are multiplying 245 by 1, then we will get 245, no? So you have to keep in your mind, when we are multiplying a number by 0, then always we will get the answer as 0, right? If we multiply a number by 0, then the answer is 0, right? Then question number 12. Write the following numbers in descending order. Here they have given that 5 numbers, -5, 3, -2, 1 and 0. So you have to write these 5 numbers in descending order. You know what is descending order. We have to arrange in big to small. If we arrange small to big, then we call as ascending order. Here we have to write these numbers in descending order. Then we have to arrange from big to small. So first we have to write the greatest value from these 5 numbers. Here -5, 3, -2, 1 and 0. So you have to arrange these numbers in descending order. Descending order means you have to arrange these numbers from big to small. So first you have to write the biggest value. That means highest or greatest value. Here there are 4 numbers. No, sorry, 5 numbers. -5, 3, -2, 1 and 0. If we draw the number line, then very easily we can find the answer. But without drawing the number line also, we can find the answer. Because the right from left to right, the value will increase, right? When we are moving the number line from left to right, the value also will increase. So first we have to find the greatest value from these 5 numbers. Then 3 is the greatest value. Then next one is 1. Then 0. So we have to arrange to big to small. That is why first I am writing the greatest value, right? Then 3, 1, 0. Then next one, that is -2 or -2. And the last one is -5. Right? So when we are arranging in descending order, we have to arrange big to small. Then the greatest value is 3, 1, 0. Then -2, then -5. This is the here, this is the answer for the question number 12. Then question number 13. Write the direction of A from B. Now you have to find the direction of A from B. Not from A to B. You have to find the direction of A from B. Here they have shown that north, and they have marked the points A and B. So you have to find the direction of A from B. I think in grade 5, 4, 5 also you have learned the direction. And also we have learned that in grade 6 also you can find the answer for this. Here we have to find the direction of A from B, right? So here we are going to find the direction of A from B, no? So here from B we have to find the answer. We have to find the direction. So if we draw this is the north, south, east, west, right? If we mark north, east, south, west. Why we are marking at the point B? Because we are going to find the direction of A from B. When we are finding the direction from B, we have to stay there at the point B. Then from B only we have to find the direction. So we have to draw the direction here. Now here this is B, this is A. This A is between that west and south. Then the answer is southwest. Then what is the direction? So southwest, because that is between the west and south. Here we have to find the direction of A from B to A, right? Right. Then next one, question number 14. Write down the types of angles in the given figure. So last day also we learned that the types of angles, acute angles, obtuse angles, right angles, straight angles, and reflex angles. So here you have to name the types of angles. Here they have marked angles A and B. So we have to name with the right angle, right? So if it is less than right angle, then we call that angle as acute angle. If it is more than right angle, then we call that as obtuse angle. If it is more than 2 right angles, then we call as reflex angle. Here, this is B, right? Sorry, first A. Here, this is more than right angle, no? Here, this is the right angle. This is more than right angle. So we can call this angle as obtuse angle. obtuse angle. So angle A is obtuse angle. Then angle B, here we can see this is the reflex angle because this is more than two right angles. That means that is more than a straight angle, right? So what is the type of angle B? That is reflex angle. Then the type A, angle A is obtuse angle, angle B is reflex angle. Then question number 15. Here there are two blanks into 100 plus 2 is equal to 4,202. Write the suitable number in the blanks. So you have to fill that blanks. So how can we find the answer? When you are multiplying by a number by 100, then after multiplying, you have to add 2. Then after that, you got the answer as 4,202. So now we have to find the answer for that blanks, right? Here this is 4,202. Here after adding 2, we got the answer as 4,202. So before adding 2, then what will be the number? What was the number? So you have to find the answer first, right? Then after multiplying and by 100, you got the answer. So before multiplying by 100, then what is the number was there? So in that way, you can find the answer. Here, 2 blanks into 100 plus 2 is 4,202. Now write the suitable number in the blanks. Here, after adding 2, we got the answer as 4,202, right? So before adding, then what was the answer? That is 4,200. Is it okay? Because after adding 2, we got the answer as 4,202. So before adding, so we no need to add this 2. So if we add this 2 with that 4,200, we can get the answer at 4,202. So before adding this 2, then that the answer was 4,200, right? Here, when a number is multiplied by 100, then the answer is 4,200. So what is the number? So if we divide this 4,200 by 100, then we can find that number, no? So in 4,200, in 420, there are 400, then 400, then balance 20. In 200, there are 200, then 200, balance 0. Then if we multiply this 42 by 100, then we will get 4,200. Then if we add 2, then we will get the answer as 4,200. 202. So how can we get the answer? After adding 2 with this number, we got the answer as 4,202. So first we have to find before adding this 2, what was the number? That is 4,200. Here this 4,200 is after multiply by 100. Right? So what was the number? That is 42. Then here we have to write the answer as 42. Then question number 16. Here this is also O-level question. Evaluate 4.3 plus 0.43. Right? So you have to add these decimal numbers. 4.2 plus 0.43. In the first number 4.3, that after the decimal point there is only one digit. But in 0.43, after the decimal point there are 2 digits. So here in that number 4.3 we can add a 0 because there is no value for that 0. Right? Now here, after the decimal point, there are 2 digits in each number. So now we can add directly. 0 plus 3, 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. Then 4 plus 0, 4. Then the answer is 4.73. So this is also O-level questions, right? So here I got this question from 2012 O-level paper. So you can practice some O-level questions, right? Then question number 17. What is the area of a rectangle whose length is 8 centimeter and width is 3 centimeter? 2012 O-level paper. So you know how to find the area of a rectangle. I think you have learned in grade 4 or 5, right? So you can find the area of that rectangle. Here they have given the length and width also. The length is 8 centimeter. The width is 3 centimeter. Then you can find the area of that rectangle. Right. Here, this is that rectangle. Here they have given the length is 8 centimeter. The width is 3 centimeter. If you want to find the area, then we have to multiply length by breadth or width. So 8 centimeter into 3 centimeter, that is equal to 24 square centimeter or centimeter squared. Then the area of this rectangle is equal to 24 centimeter squared. Then question number 18. Here evaluate 205 plus 102. Here this is also you have learned in grade 5 and also already you have finished in grade 6 also. Here 205 plus 102. Here some are asking that what is the answer for 16 and 17. Here 16 is 4.73 and the 17th is 24 centimeter square. Then the question number 18, you have to add these two fractions with the different denominators. When the denominators are equal in the fraction, directly we can add the numerators. But in these two fractions, the denominators are different. So you have to take the common denominator for these two fractions, right? Here 2 over 5 plus 1 over 2. So first we have to take the common denominator. Otherwise we can multiply this fraction, right? We can multiply this numerator and the denominator by 2. Here we have to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 5. Then if we multiply by 2, then 4 over 10. Here 5 over 10. Here the denominators are equal, then we have to add these two numerators. Then 9 over 10 is the answer. Right? So then question number 19. Evaluate 1.2 into 5. I think we have already learned in that how this is in grade 7 actually, but already we have finished that how to multiply a decimal number by a whole number. Here I will explain it. Evaluate 1.2 times 5. Without this decimal number, this number is 12, right? Here this is 1.2, no? If there is no decimal point, then this number is 15. Then, sorry, 12. Then we have to multiply this 12 by 5, that is 60. If there is no decimal point in that number 1.2, then we can take that number as 12. Then here this is 5. Then 12 times 5 is equal to 60. But in that number there is a point. Now, in the number 1.2, after this decimal point, there is only one digit. So in the answer also, there should be a digit after that decimal point. So we have to keep the point here between that 6 and 0. Here after this point, there is a digit, no? Here in the question also, after that decimal point, there is a digit. So in the answer also, after the decimal point, there is a digit. So we can write a 6.0, and you know that we can write this 6.0 as 6, right? Because when we are writing a whole number 20, here express 1.5 meter in centimeters. You know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, right? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So you have to convert this 1.5 meter in centimeters, right? 1.5 meter. So you know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Then half meter is equal to 50 centimeter. Then if we want to find that 1.5 meter, if we want to convert this 1.5 meter into centimeter, then we can get the answer as 150 centimeter. Because in 1 meter there are 100 centimeter, right? Then half meter is equal to 50 centimeter. Then the answer is 150 centimeter. Someone is asking, sir, what is the answer for 19th question? Then answer is 5. Sorry, not 5, 6, right? Or 6.0. Here the answer for the question number 20, that is 1.5 meter, we have to convert into centimeter. So that is 150 centimeter. So today we have finished 20 questions.